Hello friends, welcome to Learn with Win and today I am going to explain the fourth chapter of Science class 7 and I had said in earlier video that comments are turned off, but now it is not so and I have turned off the comments. So if you know something new from this video, please like, share and subscribe. So let's begin. In chapter 3, you have learned that woolen clothes are made up of animal fibers and wool is a better conductor of heat. So what is heat? So this heat we will study in this chapter. So first we will start from hot and cold, which is 4.1. In our day-to-day life, we come across a number of objects. Some of them are hot and some of them are cold. Tea is hot and ice is cold. List some objects you use commonly in table 4.1. Mark the object as hot or cold. If we will see the table 4.1, we can see ice cream, spoon in a teacup, fruit juice, handle of a frying pan. Cool or cold, warm or hot. So what is ice cream? Hot or cold? Which is ice cream is hot. Wool, cool or cold. And then spoon in a teacup, which is obviously warm or hot. Then fruit juice, which is cold or cool, and handle of a frying pan is warm or hot. Then there is a caution: do not touch objects which are too hot. Be careful while handling a candle flame or a stove. Then we will do an activity, which is activity 4.1. Take 3 small tub containers, label them as A, B, C. Put cold water in container A and hot water in container B. And there is a caution: make sure that water is not so hot that you burn your hand. Then mix some cold water and hot water in container C. Now dip your left hand in container A and the right in container B. After keeping the hand in the two containers for 2-3 minutes, put both the hand simultaneously in container C. Do both the hand get the same feeling? Yes. It is no. Bujo's confusion. So Bujo says, my left hand tell me that the water in mug is not hot and the right hand tell me that the water is cold. What should I conclude? So Bujo's confusion shows that we cannot always rely on our sense of touch to decide whether an object is hot or cold. Sometimes it may deceive us. Then how do we measure the temperature? And new word comes is temperature. So temperature is what? A reliable measure of the hotness or coldness of the object is called temperature. And how do we measure our temperature? Because our body is not so much reliable, so we can use a thermometer. Thermometer is a device that measures the correct body temperature or temperature of any other things. Then 4.2, which is measuring temperature. Have you seen a temperature? Recall that you or someone else in your family had fever. So what do? You first check the temperature using a thermometer. And the thermometer that we use for check the body temperature is called a clinical thermometer. In figure 4.2, we can see a clinical thermometer. And if you want to see it in real, if you have, or you can ask from your friends. But in today's time, people have digital thermometer. And now we will study the structure of a clinical thermometer. This dark area of the thermometer has the mercury And a thermometer also has a kink. And what is a kink? K-I-N-K, kink. A kink is a substance that do not allows the mercury in the thermometer to fall. And in today's time, this mercury is not in it. In a digital thermometer. A clinical thermometer consists of a long, narrow, uniform glass tube. It has a bulb at one end. This bulb contains mercury. Outside the bulb, a small shining thread of mercury can be seen. If you do not see the mercury thread, rotate the thermometer a bit till you see it. You will also find a scale on the thermometer. The scale we use is the Celsius scale indicated by degree Celsius. A clinical thermometer reads from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius because the human body does not go below 35 degrees Celsius and above 42 degrees Celsius anyhow. And next is reading a thermometer. Let us learn how to read a thermometer. First, note the temperature difference indicated between the two bigger marks. Also note down the number of divisions shown by smaller marks between these marks. Suppose the bigger mark read 1 degree and there are 5 divisions, then one small division can read 0.2 degrees Celsius. And there are some precautions to be observed while using a clinical thermometer. And they are: clinical thermometer should be washed before and after use, preferably with an antiseptic solution, because the bacteria in our mouth can go in other human's body, which is not good. Ensure that the used mercury level is below 35 degree, because if it is above 35 degree, so it will give the wrong reading. And then read the thermometer keeping the level of mercury along the line of sight. Then handle the thermometer with care. If it hit against some hard object, it can break because it is made up of glass. Then do not hold the thermometer by the bulb, because if someone will hold it from the bulb, then the temperature in it can rise. And one more important thing, the clinical thermometer has kink, which do not allow the mercury to fall or rise, and so we can get the correct reading. Then the normal temperature of a human body is 37 degrees Celsius. Note that the temperature is stated with its unit. In degrees Celsius, it is 37 degrees Celsius, but if it is in Fahrenheit, the Fahrenheit scale, it should be 98.6. And it is not so compulsory that it would be exact 37 degrees Celsius or exact 98.6 Fahrenheit, because it can be it changes also. But in Fahrenheit scale, it should not go above 99 degree Fahrenheit, and in degrees Celsius, it should not go above 37.5. So let's continue. There is an activity. Measure the body temperature of your friend with a clinical thermometer. Record your observation as in table 4.2. Is the body temperature of every human 37 degrees Celsius? The temperature of every person may not be 37 degrees Celsius. It could be slightly higher or slightly lower. Actually, what we call normal body temperature is the average body temperature of a large number of healthy persons. The clinical thermometer designed to measure the temperature of human body only. The temperature of human body does not go below 35 degrees Celsius or above 42 degrees Celsius, as I told you earlier. That is the reason that the clinical thermometer has ranged from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. And the second type of thermometer is laboratory thermometer. And what will happen if you will measure the temperature of any other object with clinical thermometer? It would be very bad, because the temperature of human body is 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. So this is the scale of the thermometer, and if you measure a substance of for example 90 degrees Celsius, so the thermometer can break. So for observing the temperature of any other object, we use the laboratory thermometer, which has a huge range of -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Different types of thermometer are used for different purposes. The maximum and minimum temperature of the previous day reported in weather report are measured by a temperature called the maximum minimum thermometer. Then we will do another activity, and this activity in our science book I will do it practically in other video. I will make some long video for doing these activities. Then the next activity is, take some tap water in a beaker or a mug. Dip the thermometer in water so that the bulb is immersed in water but does not touch the bottom or the side of the container. Hold the thermometer vertically. Observe the movement of mercury in the thermometer. Will the mercury thread become steady? Note the reading. This is the temperature of water at that time. And there are some precautions to be measured while using a laboratory thermometer. They should be kept upright, not tilted. They should be perpendicular to the mug or beaker. And then bulb should be surrounded from all sides by the substance which we have to measure the temperature. It should not reach the surface of the container. Then the next activity, 4.5. Take some hot water in a beaker or a mug. Dip the thermometer in water. Wait till the mercury thread becomes steady and note the temperature. Now take out the temperature thermometer from water. Observe carefully, and what happens now? Do you notice that as soon as you take the thermometer out of water, the level of mercury begins to fall? This means the thermometer must be read while the thermometer is in water. You may recall that while taking your own temperature, you have to take the thermometer out of your mouth to note the reading. Can you then use the laboratory thermometer to measure your body temperature? Obviously, it is not convenient to use a laboratory thermometer. Why does the mercury does not fall in a clinical thermometer? As I told you earlier, it is because of the kink, and a kink is a thing that do not allows this mercury level to fall so that we can get the correct reading. There is a lot of concern over the use of mercury thermometer. Mercury is a toxic matter and it is very difficult to dispose. These days, digital thermometers are available which do not use the mercury. And I am going to end this video and I will make another video for to continue this chapter. So please like, share and subscribe and have a good day. Thank you.